It's that time again, and I just got back from Duck, North Carolina, and it was such a beautiful weekend. They had in one of the restaurants on their menu the Jamaican jerk chicken wrap, and it was delicious. It was served in a restaurant called Craving, and of course it was interesting because on this same place in Duck, you could see the sunrise in the east, and then within walking distance, you could go and see the sunset over water. It was amazing. So you saw the sunrise over water, and then that evening you just walk across and see the sunset over water. It's amazing. However, this is our little chit-chat, unscripted, off the cuff. And there are two things that I want to share with you, and perhaps you can enlighten me, educate me. But these are my views on the subject. Number one, I watched the news a few minutes ago, and I was really not upset. I was just disappointed in the way we as Americans think and how gullible we are. On the news, there were politicians who were arguing what social programs to cut. And I thought, they have it backwards. We should not be arguing as to what social programs to cut. We should be arguing on what programs that are not social programs that we should be cutting. This is what I'm talking about. Collectively, we pay taxes, and we pay taxes for the benefit of all of us. And those taxes should be used in ways that's going to help us all. That is, well, just give you 3 examples off the top of my head. We should have really great roads and bridges. Our taxes should pay for that. Education. Our best and brightest should have free education all the way up through the PhD program. Our taxes should pay for that. And then there's medical care, universal health care for everyone. Our taxes should pay for that. Which does not mean that the rich and the super rich, they need not mingle with the riffraffs and us folks down here in the bottom of the barrel. We are still going to have private hospitals and private doctors for those who simply do not wish to mingle with the riffraffs. The point I'm trying to make is those are the programs that our taxes should pay for. And the programs that we should cut are programs that are arbitrary, that are designed only to help the super rich. For example, we have an aircraft system, a program called the FA-35 aircraft program or system, and it's totally unnecessary and not wanted by any of the military service. That's $35 billion we could save right there. The problem is, because we spend so much money on ammunition and munition and war machines, we have no choice, it seems to me, but to start wars. We start wars to justify the expenditure on war machines. And that to me is wrong. Sure, have a good strong defense system, should anyone attack us. But we should not be starting wars like the Iraq War based upon lies just so that we can justify wars. So really, that's the one thing, that's one of the 2 things that I wanted to talk to you about. See, my time is up, but stay tuned. Once again, welcome back. I didn't move, really. I am still here in my robe. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is our employment, the way we employ people. I think right now we're still based upon the master-slave model. Yes, we are. Our employment system is based on a master-slave model. In other words, instead of giving people a living wage, we do go out of our way to make sure that they do not have a living wage. Okay? And then we have some such silliness as in place as the 9-to-5 work ethics. That's based on slavery. Let's take a house, for example. The house needs a foundation. What if, in building a house, you get the people that are involved in building foundations and you say to them, look, we need to get this foundation built in a month. And you subcontract those people, those people who specialize in building foundations, to do that. What do you care whether they come to work at 9 o'clock and leave at 5 o'clock? You shouldn't care. It should not be relevant. What is important is the product, the work performed, not necessarily the discipline of 9 to 5. For example, if you have a workman that has to take his kids to the doctor, he should not have to explain it to his so-called boss, his slave master, because he has to take his kid to the doctor. No. He knows what he has to do. He takes his kid to the doctor, and if he has to come back at night to finish his work, then so be it. You know, the carpenter, the masons, we tell them what to do, electrician. These people, they are assigned the work, but not necessarily in the master-slave capacity. Fast food is another area, and I'm going from one extreme to the other. Look, you know what time breakfast is served and your so-called busy time. Then you tell those people, you got to be here for breakfast, or you got to be here for lunch, you got to be here for dinner. And if they're not here for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, then you get people who will be here to satisfy the needs of your customers. As simple as that. You don't have to tell them, you know, oh, you got to be here at 9 o'clock exactly, or you're going to be penalized. No. Breakfast, these are the rush hours. You take a look at the bell curve and says you need to be here to take care of these people. There you have it. And if the individual cannot do that, they simply get somebody else who can, and they simply swap out their shift on a personal basis. That's adding integrity and respect for the workers and getting rid of the master-slave technology. My time is up again, but I just wanted to share those two things with you. And there you have it. I want you to have a super wonderful day today. And by the way, if I am wrong in my assessment, please let me know. Please. Because the idea is not for me to be right, not for me to be correct, but to instigate discussions that will bring about education for us all. And then, together we learn. Okay?